If change has ever felt impossible for you, you've probably decided that the problem is you, but it isn't. Almost every approach to change starts in the same place, telling you to fix your behavior, change what you can do, and break the pattern. And that makes sense because your behavior is the part that you can see. But by the time a behavior shows up, the real decision has already been made somewhere that you can't see. Your behavior starts in your nervous system, not in your choices. Before you consciously decide anything, your body has already scanned for danger and moved to protect you based on what it learned years ago about staying safe. And it all happens faster than you can think. So when you know exactly what you want and still can't follow through, it has nothing to do with willpower. What you're up against is a protective response that formed a long time ago to keep you safe around other people, and it doesn't listen to reason. You can force your way past it under pressure, and fear will get you moving for a little while, but change built on fear is very brittle and it falls apart the second the pressure lets up. That's why understanding your problem on its own never really fixes it. So if forcing it doesn't work, what does? It comes down to one thing. Your nervous system has to feel safe enough in your relationships with yourself and with other people to stop protecting you and allow that change to happen. That state has a name, and it's called emotional safety. Most people hear that word and assume it means comfort or everything being easy, but it doesn't. Emotional safety means you can show up as your full self with all your real feelings and needs, and it doesn't cost you the connection. It means you're not rejected, punished, or shut out for being who you are. And when your nervous system finally believes that, it can fully relax because a relaxed nervous system is the only kind that can change. Without that, you stay braced no matter how much you understand about yourself. So, how do you know whether you have it? Your nervous system is always running four tests in order to find out, and I call them the big four: being seen, heard, valued, and protected. The first test is being seen, and it asks a simple question: can what you feel on the inside be real here? You fail it every time your feelings get waved away, every time someone tells you you're not really upset, you're just tired, and every time you get called too sensitive for reacting to something that hurt you. The second is being heard, and this one is about your voice. Do people hear you when you speak, or do you slowly learn to stay quiet? You fail it when you set a boundary and you watch it get argued with or ignored, or when you tell someone how you feel and the whole conversation becomes about them instead of you. The third is being valued, and it asks whether you get to exist as you are or whether you have to perform or earn your place. You fail it when the acceptance you get depends on achieving something, when people warm up to you for a while you're winning and then pull back when you're struggling, when your whole sense of worth is bolted to what you produce. The last one is being protected, and it asks whether it's safe to be vulnerable at all. You fail it when the things you share come back later as ammunition, when your words are used against you, and when opening up gets met with contempt instead of care, when something breaks between you and no one ever moves to repair it. All four of these are really the same question asked four different ways. Can I be fully myself here and still keep the connection? When all four are passing, your nervous system learns that being yourself is safe. But even when one keeps them from failing, it learns the complete opposite, that you have to hide certain parts of you in order to keep people close. Protection is the floor that the other three stand on. Without it, being seen or heard or valued all mean opening yourself up to harm, which makes them feel dangerous instead of safe. So everything else is built on top of feeling protected. And here's an additional part. You're not only waiting for other people to give you these, you can pass all of them for yourself too. Seeing yourself means letting a feeling be real instead of arguing yourself out of it. Hearing yourself means keeping a boundary you set even when it would be so much easier to fold. Valuing yourself means your worth stops depending on how productive you are, and protecting yourself means getting out of what's hurting you even when leaving is hard. Once you can do that for yourself, two things start to happen. You stop putting up with relationships that fail these tests, and you get much better at spotting the ones that pass. Everything that I've laid out here, I learned the hard way in my own life, long before I ever wrote any of it down. I grew up with a lot of emotional neglect, and I was very good at reading rooms and managing everyone's feelings. while feeling completely invisible in my own life. And from the outside, I did look fine. I was functional, I was productive, and people valued me for what I could do. But on the inside, I was failing all of these tests, and I couldn't understand why my own patterns never once made me feel any safer. When I finally started passing these tests for myself, things started to change in a way that understanding never could. I'm not healed and I'm not finished in some type of permanent way, but I don't think that's how any of this works, but I'm not at war with myself anymore. So if you've been stuck for a long time, I want you to hear the real reason. It isn't that you're broken or anything's wrong with you. It's that you're not getting behind either, or that some part of you is fighting change. Your nervous system has been doing its job the whole time. It's protecting you, and because somewhere along the line, one of these 4 tests in your life keeps failing. Protection always comes first, the change comes afterwards, once your nervous system no longer has to fight to survive. So tonight, ask yourself one honest question. Out of the 4, which one keeps failing most in your life right now? Being seen, heard, valued, or protected? Answer that one honestly, and you'll know exactly where to look. Thanks for watching.